So this is the story of the estate sale that wasn't. Short story, it didn't happen. I missed out. Long story, let's jump into it. So I was traveling over the weekend, and as you saw in my haul video, which you should see by now, if you didn't watch that, go back and watch that, see the books I picked up, and listen for a little teaser for something that's coming later on. But I was on the road, and sometimes I will, like I started last year, something I don't even know, maybe in the last couple of years, but definitely last year, I started ramping up, checking Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and just Googling estate sales in my area or wherever I was expecting to be within, I don't know, the next month or so, just to get an idea of stuff out there, because I've been trying to hit garage sales. I hit 2 garage sales within the last year. I think one last year and then one earlier this year. And you saw both of those haul videos. Came away with some cool books. The first one was really by chance. I was on my way to a shop sale in the city, and I was driving, and like I was driving down a regular street, and like I saw a garage sale sign, but then like on the sign, or like a sign next to it, it had specifically mentioned comic books. So I'm, oh yeah. So I whipped around, and like I gotta go hit this up. If they mention comic books on the sign, I gotta go check it out. Like it's worth a shot. Whatever, nothing happens, then it's right there anyway. So I didn't go like crazy out of my way. So went over there, copied a bunch of books, including a bunch of Spawn books, which is cool. The second one, which was earlier this year, I think I saw on Facebook Marketplace. Ian got up there and managed to come away with a bunch of cool books and some sports cards. I got some football cards and baseball cards. So I was like, oh, you know, 2 for 2 on garage sales. And I've been also looking at estate sales online. Either sometimes I've searched even further, like out, just to kind of see like what's out there, just kind of see like where stuff is and like the markets for them, because you never know where you'll like location-based kind of things. Like certain cities are going to be more prone to having bigger collections and that are up for sale, whatever. So checking let's like estate sales, and I found one on Craigslist. Usually find them on Craigslist or occasionally on Facebook Marketplace, but also there are estate sale websites, like just big websites that kind of have them listed, and you can search them. They can have a bunch of pictures and some details about them, but you can also search by area, like city, state, zip code, and you can also search by item. So I usually go to, I'm searching for, especially on Craigslist, like search for comic, and just go to cover comic books, you'd be covered, and all the good stuff. Also, while I'm doing this story time, I'm bagging board some books. Boom, new books, boom, bagging board. So I found this one on Craigslist, and I was like, all right, you know what, it wasn't that far away from where I was going to be at the time. So I was like, oh, you know what, let me go check it out. And what really made me do it was they specifically mentioned decades of comic books. So, all right, so now my spider sense is tingling. I got to go check this out. But the only thing was, it went from Thursday through Saturday, and I couldn't make it out there I didn't end up making it out there till Saturday, and towards the end of the sale. So I was like, all right, I gotta go check it out. It could be like, since it wasn't that far, it was only like 25 minutes or so to get away from where I was. So I was like, all right, it's not gonna be that much of an investment, like time, and really just time, that if let me show this out to you. If I go up there. So I was kind of running my mind, like, what could they really have? Like, what do they mean by decades of comic books? Like, outside of, if you're not like in tune with like deep into comics, like that could just be some broad statement that somebody's making, like, oh, hey, we have decades comic books, and that could be something just to lure people there. Like, oh, and then you go there and all of a sudden you're just staring at a book, like a stack of Disney books, like some fucking Bugs Bunny or some bullshit like that. And then you just be like, oh, well, this is terrible. This was a waste of time. So I was like, all right, let me go check it out, because you never know. Like, it could be that gold mine, and I could just step into like this huge collection, a bunch of books, and get it at a great price. I don't know what to expect. So like, I gotta go just for curiosity's sake alone. And there's a estate sale, there's a bunch of people there just kind of floating in and out. There's not like a trap or something where I had to worry about going there and getting robbed and robbed and killed and shit. And you don't see GENOTHADRAGON videos anymore, and all of a sudden I'm found in a ditch or some shit, decapitated or some random shit like that. So I went and so I walked in, and like there's a couple people just kind of floating about, and I was like, yo, I saw the ad on Craigslist, and I saw that it's mentioning like decades of comic books, and then the one dude, I guess he was organizing it or running the whole thing. He's like, oh man, this sale's been going on since Thursday. Those long been sold. Like, all right. So I missed out. But it was still worth a shot. But as I was leaving, he walked out and he was like, "Oh, he's like, what kind of comic books are you interested in?" And I said, "We're really kind of all things, like all genres, all ages, whatever. Like super. I don't know if I said superhero specifically, but I just kind of remember like all genres and saying all genres and all ages." And he was like, "Oh, because I got another collection, because I had a Wolverine collection, and I fuck with Wolverine, and I do have some Wolverine runs that I'm working on. His that one main series from like 1988, I think I feel like it ran 193 issues for some reason. That number sticks in my head, but it could be like 189 or something. But anyways, that series, that long running series, and he just said, I have Wolverine series, like all this series." So like, what could that mean? Because obviously Wolverine has a current ongoing right now. Like his first series was that 4-issue miniseries. So like, what does he really mean? Like, what could that mean? Like, I don't know how deep this guy is into comics, but it just like, is this his collection of Wolverine stuff, or is it just something that he found, like running the estate sales and doing stuff like that? Like, you have access to a whole lot of stuff. So we end up exchanging information, and he was like, "Yeah, just shoot me a text later, and we can talk tomorrow, or whatever. Like after you get some nice rest, because obviously we're in a state sale for a few days. That's madness. You're doing a whole lot of stuff." So all right, no problem. I didn't end up doing it because I was on the road, so I still have to hit him up, and I plan to, because I'm like, all right, you know what? I didn't come away with anything. I didn't even get to see what they had, which I really should have. Like, what was even there? I don't know. I might still ask him when I get in touch with him. Like, what did you even have? Like, I'm just so curious. Like, what could have possibly have been there? Like, this, like if you say decades of comics, what does that mean? I'm so curious. But so didn't come up with anything, didn't get to see anything, but came away with that relationship. Like, so we established that connection. This is do a estate sale, so you're bound to potentially come into like collections of comic books like that. So that could be anything, anytime, anywhere. And so now I have access to somebody who's into that, and now he has access to somebody he knows is into comic books, is looking to like buy stuff, maybe potentially buying collections of various sizes. It depends on what he has, what prices we're talking about. But I'm absolutely interested in at least like hearing about it. Like, hey, you can even just send me some pictures and we can talk about it and see what's going on. So like, I feel like that's still a positive silver lining there. So something came away not completely empty-handed, but again, I still would have liked to have known. But those who something cool. Like, again, this is something I've been trying to do. Like, you know, maybe I can come across a collection sometime. Like, I feel that like the pure age of, I don't want to say golden age, but I don't know, maybe the golden age of garage sales from within the last 20 years, probably, I feel like we're probably out of that now, at least from, I don't know, 5 years ago, 5+, maybe even 10, where people were finding cool stuff and all these cool collections and garage sales at great prices. But I mean, there's always like, you got older collectors who are out of comics, but still have their collections kind of stashed away, stored away, and people like sometimes they just die and their families don't know what to do with their stuff, or they're like after a certain time, like they're older and they don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, hey, you know what? Let me get rid of this stuff. And there are places like you can go. It's like, I don't even know. I'm just thinking like different places where you have older populations, where you can probably, I don't know, set up a connection. Like, hey, you know what? If you guys know anybody that has comics or trying to get rid of their collections from whenever, then like, yeah, hit me up, blah, blah, blah. But you can also do that on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. I hate seeing them on Craigslist though, because you go into the for sale section. If you ever go into the for sale section, search your comic books, most of the ads there, I feel, at least for the areas that I've searched, are just be like people looking to buy in the for sale. Like, come on, I'm trying to look for something here. And, oh, I almost showed you this book. You haven't seen this yet, and you won't yet, because this is from another haul. I'm just bagging boredom right now because I can, so I thought about it. So another book here, which you will not get to see yet, from another sale that I went to. But yeah, so again, it was still cool to just kind of establish that connection. I will be hitting dude up, kind of seeing what can happen there. And then I also wanted to advise the questions. Have you guys ever attended estate sales? Have you ever looked them up and just kind of seen stuff? I imagine if you're in like California, Texas, maybe Chicago, or New York, Florida, just because there's bigger markets, bigger areas, like the populations are wider, vaster. So you're even maybe Washington, just Washington State, like coastal states are probably, this goes based on those populations, that you're more prone to come across stuff like that and having bigger collections and more I don't know, just better, and I don't know, just more listings for stuff like that. So if you've ever been to an estate sale, let me know. Did you pick up anything? How was it? How did you find it? Garage sales, have you had any luck at garage sales? Again, I'm 2 for 2 for the ones that I've been to, and I just happened to come across one and I found one online. So I was like, all right, that was a little easier than me going to just search for, because sometimes I will drive by, you know, see the signs like garage sales over here, blah, 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 yard sale. And I was like, don't want to even bother going over there with the strong chance that they're not gonna have anything comic book related, anything I don't want to see. So I haven't done that yet, just off the strength of a sign. So maybe I will at some point. I don't imagine anything going on now. We're going into the winter, but as we get into spring and summer of 2021, who knows what could happen? People might open up like, you know what, I need to get rid of my collection. Boom, spring cleaning. Let's get out of here. Somebody got it, or I'm just moving. I don't want to carry this stuff. I don't read comics anymore. Who knows? Or I'm trying to buy something else. Maybe trying to buy an RV. They're going traveling, hitting the road, going to the coast. Oh yeah, I got some cool comics here. I can't wait to read some new stuff. But yeah, so that's that. And story time and bag and board some books and some teaser for another haul that you'll see with the rest of a sale haul. So I had to bag and board those books while I was at it. But yeah, just want to talk about that and see what all you comic fans out there, if you had any luck, garage sales, estate sales, all that cool stuff. So just let me know in the comments below. Share with the comic community. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching and peace out.